Yo guys, welcome back to another YouTube video, back on the Nottingham Forest save. We start off this season with our signings of Tyrese Campbell and Jaden Bogle. This has been very good signings for us as good backups. We do start off with a draw against Brentford in the table, which leads us to 9th place on the Premier League table. Not too bad, as we got drawn against Coventry City, who probably won't be doing too well in their table anyway. As for seeing their current form in real life, it doesn't look like they'll do that well. So of course we start off against Newcastle United in our first home game of the season, starting Jaden Bogle, right wing back. Let's see if we could win this game. Newcastle started this game very comfortably during this match, handling all the possession and everything until they got this early corner into the 44th minute to score Alexis McAllister's header, which leaves them 1-0 ahead. In real life, they did actually win this game 2-0, I think. Fabian Schär scoring and Callum Wilson. I think it was one of their first games of the actual Premier League season. We do make a couple of switches, of course, for second half and change our strategy. As we head into the second half, stuff didn't look too well for us as Newcastle kept the possession a lot. They played a lovely free ball and a lovely goal scored by Almiron, who's probably their best player on their team this season, who scored plenty of goals. And that's how the game would have actually finished, 2-0 to Newcastle, as we lose our first home game of the season. Very good from Nottingham Forest. As you could see, they had all the possession, most of the shots, and Alex McAllister, the new signing for Eddie Howe's team, actually scored in the game. A lovely game for them, but we've got to do better if we want to get top 15. A lot of training to do for Jaden Bogle, the number 29, the one we signed this season, 3 rated in his actual debut for Nottingham Forest, which is absolutely shocking. We need to get him back to training and he's gonna have to miss the next game. Our third Premier League match against Antonio Conte's side at home at the City ground. We've got to win this game. They're rock bottom at the table, not doing too well. We start Richards for the first time this season and Gibbs-White. I hope they bring out a show today because of Jaden Bogle's last performance. We're really not happy with the team. We need to improve, especially in this game, which means everything to both sides. Game equally divided, 0-0, nothing going on in this game. We do make a couple of switches during this half, putting on Tyrese Campbell for his professional debut, but nothing was literally going on until the 79th minute, where we'd get the ball and we'd pass it through to Emmanuel Dennis, who scored the first goal for our Nottingham Forest save. A very good one to start off our campaign against Tottenham, and that's how the game actually ended, 1-0 to Nottingham Forest. I can't say I'm not happy. A big 6 team we finally beat after Emmanuel Dennis brace against them. Dean Henderson being solid, and we've just done so well today. We've got to congratulate the team. Rarely a switch in our lineup, playing Brennan Johnson and Tyrese Campbell next to each other and playing Cook part of the backstick to help us in defence. We should win this game as they are rock bottom 20th place on their table, but we really need to win this game to move on. An interesting season for Nottingham Forest as we won our first game of the season against Tottenham, which was really surprising. We do play our Carabao Cup game as you see Cook's beautiful ball into the feet of Tyrese Campbell, who scores his first goal for Nottingham Forest in his first professional game for our club. It did head on to half time. I was not thinking of any switches until I thought about Bogle. I wanted to see if he has improved since the last time we played him with his 3 rating. We just wanted to see if he has improved a lot. Coventry City did actually have a chance in the game where they actually did score against us, making it 1-1 nearly late into the game, would you say? But it was quite a late goal until we got a penalty on the other end right after their goal. Around 10 minutes later, we got our penalty where Brennan Johnson scored top left. And yeah, that's literally how the game was wrapped up for us after a lovely penalty from Brennan Johnson scoring his first of the season, and a good result for us to move on into the next stage. Next game against Wolves, a team with a topsy-turvy sequence this season, and let's hope for a win here and get the 3 points. Again, a horrible game for Nottingham Forest. We need to play better than that. We need to get a better defence. This January we're probably going to sign a defender just to help us, for we're struggling this season in terms of defence wise. Our last game against Brighton and Hove Albion, a game that should be won by us, as for they're struggling this season in terms of the game. Let's hope for a win here. Heading into this game, the team were looking so confident. 6 minutes in, we got a lovely ball played in, ran in for the ball, crossed it in, and of course, who was there to header it? Jesse Lingard. Later on into the match, they got a set piece, a free kick, they shot, it hit the post, but then it was turned in from the post from Stripian or whatever it is. I don't know how to say his name. At half time, we decided to keep the team the same after the red card from Willy Bolly that allowed them to actually have scored that second goal, which I didn't get a notification about, but that's probably a bug. But then later on, Ryan Yates scores an absolute screamer. A lovely goal from Ryan Yates, putting the team back in front, even with the red card. Brighton will then fight back into the game to try and score from Danny Welbeck's strike that went top left, and it was back to 2-2. Everyone thought the game was over at the 80th minute after they drew 2-2. The last corner of the game crossed in, nearly cleared away, but a lovely tackle from Lodi, and he shoots and scores, and the stadium erupts. You probably can't hear it, but if you were there in the game, you would hear the stadium erupt. And that was how to wrap up the game. A brilliant 3-2 win from our team, as we absolutely smashed Brighton. What a game, what a game. This was definitely probably my favourite game of the season. We done very wonderful. It was filled with everything. A red card, which I didn't like, but we did get the 3 points, which I was happy about. So this is how we're going to wrap up today's video. We really enjoyed it today. Willy Bolly, very disappointed. He's going to have to miss the next 3 games, which was probably going to be put up onto the screen. And yeah, that's how we would finish it off. You guys could see what place we are on the table, but I can't right now. But hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.